Hello and welcome to our first lesson in Key Question 4 of Depression, War and Recovery, 1930 to 1951. Today we're going to be looking at life during wartime. So that's our new key question, and this covers a lot of things. It covers life on the home front, it covers women, it covers the Blitz and British cities, and it also covers things like rationing as well. But today what we're going to be looking at is the bombing of British cities. So to start with, I want you to take 30 seconds to have a little look at these pictures. And I want you to tell me where you think they were taken. Are they all of the same city? And if it is of the same city, what city is it? Okay, so take 30 seconds, perhaps pause the video. So actually, they're three different places. The first one is Swansea, the second one is Glasgow, and the third one is Belfast. Now you really need to remember those three names, okay? They're really important for the exam. They're named in the exam specification, so we do need to know a little bit about all three of these places. So as you can see, a lot of people think it was sort of just London that was bombed really badly, and London probably was the worst hit. But there were other cities in the UK as well that were hit quite badly, and it wasn't just these three. Like Coventry, for instance, was totally flattened in the Second World War, had to be completely rebuilt. Lots of different places. Liverpool was hit quite badly as well, Manchester, okay, so lots of different places in Britain actually bombed during the Second World War. So, the experience of war really did vary depending on who you were and where you lived, and what part you actually played on the war. Some people found their lives change for the better, while others found their lives change for the worse. Either way, it had a real significant impact on people's lives. Until the end of August, both sides had avoided bombing civilian targets during the war, and all this changed from September 1940, when Hitler decided to bomb Hitler into submission. This became known as the Blitz. He's trying to force Britain to surrender, break British morale. He's trying to destroy industry completely. Okay, this is the shipyards and the railways that would support Britain's war effort. Trying to break the morale of Britain so much that the British people want to surrender. Okay. And like we said, although London was the primary target, parts of Wales were also heavily bombed. Swansea had a 3 nights blitz in 1941. 250 aircraft raided Swansea, trying to destroy the docks and the heavy industry plants. And it actually went awry, which meant the centre of Swansea was bombed. 230 people died and 397 were injured. And then on the 2nd of January, lots of people killed in Cardiff, and many other regions really greatly affected as well, including areas of Scotland and docks like Liverpool as well. Anywhere that was of a key strategic importance to the war effort, that is where the Nazis focused themselves. They did try and sort of pull them in the wrong direction. Pen y Fan was set alight to try and pull people away from London, to try and pull people away from Bristol. And up in North Wales, there was Ross Mountain, which is near Wrexham, was set alight to try and pull the bombers away from Liverpool. So there were attempts to do that, but nonetheless, they were bombed pretty badly, these cities as well. Okay, so what I would like you to do to start with is go to this clip here, and I want you to watch the clip of the Blitz, and I want you to think about and write some notes down on how you think it would feel to live in London during this time. How would you think it would affect the morale of the British people? So if you're not sure what morale is their spirits. If your morale is good, you're keeping your spirits high. If morale is low, you're sort of feeling quite desperate, you're feeling quite low. But if morale is high, you're happy, your spirits, you're carrying on regardless, okay? And that is what Hitler wanted to break. So have a watch of that video. I'm going to suggest that you pause the video and do that for me now. So hopefully you've watched that and you've got some notes down and you've had a think about what it must have been like to live in London during this time. Okay, live during the Blitz. Now in November 1940, every single night London was bombed. Imagine dealing with that. Every single night of November 1940, London was bombed. It didn't escape. Again, how do you think it felt to deal with that? Okay. So these are some of the cities that were bombed. London, obviously the main one, bombed every night from September to 7th of September to the 2nd of November as well. 13,500 tons of high explosive bombs dropped in 57 rains, 15,000 people killed, 250,000 homeless. St Paul's Cathedral, the House of Commons, Buckingham Palace were bombed, and the King and Queen often visited areas that had suffered as well, and the raids continued there into 41. Coventry, 30,000 incendiary bombs dropped on Coventry, 50,000 houses destroyed. Swansea there in February 1941, we've looked at already. The Belfast Blitz and Glasgow, these are the two important ones that you need for the exam. 4 attacks in April and May 1941. 900 people approximately died, 1,500 were injured, and about 150,000 people left homeless as well on Easter Tuesday. Scotland's industrial areas, like in Glasgow, were a key target. They had lots of factories, lots of shipyards, and they were bombed during the Blitz there as well. Hundreds of people losing their lives, lots of people left homeless. Okay. So what I would like you to do is just get some notes down on these different places for me in your books, please. So just make some little subheadings and some bullet points about these things. So I suggest that you pause the video and do that now. Okay, so moving on. If you are watching this from home, obviously if you're listening to this, you're at home and you're not going to be able to play this from here. So I want you to go to this website and I want you to watch this video from Swansea Archives on the Blitz in Swansea, just to give you an idea about what happened in Swansea, okay, to make some notes. So I suggest that you do that now. So hopefully you've done that, you've come back to me. Now, you haven't got page 150 of the textbook, you've got some notes that I've made instead, but I want you to basically draw a line of the significance and plot it with examples to tell me how prepared you think Swansea were for war. So what elements make you think that they're only slightly prepared? What elements make you think that they're very prepared? So again, I suggest you pause the video and do that now. The attachment, it should be with this PowerPoint on the website. So hopefully you've done that now. And then, using that page as well, I want you to describe in detail what happened during the Swansea Blitz. And I know this is an exam question from America. You won't have an exam question like this, but I do think it's good in getting all that information down that you need. So describe what happened during the Swansea Blitz. Give me a sort of timeline of things that happened, okay? So hopefully you've done that now and you've come back to me. Now, using the notes that I've given you again, I want you to do a Venn diagram for me, and I want you to compare Swansea, Glasgow and Belfast, okay? Plot the circles in your book. I want you to think about why they bombed these cities, the effects of the bombings, the outcome of the bombings, and do it in a sort of Venn diagram for me there, okay? So anything similar obviously goes in the middle, anything significant or individual to Swansea goes there, Glasgow there, Belfast there, okay? And in the middle, obviously, you'll have things that are common with them all. So if you pause the video and do that for me now. Okay, so once you've done that, we've come to the end of the lesson. Thank you very much.